Uh,
Testing, testing, one, two, three. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone see? We'll get this going here in a couple minutes. But welcome everyone to the second set of spring training games. Obviously, Dust did an amazing job, as you know he does, pounding through the first round of them. So I took back and looked at what games we had streamed last time, and I tried to cover as many bases as I could to cover teams across all the leagues here for today to see what we're going to watch. I will make the disclaimer though that I would like to get this done in no more than 2.5 hours. So we will do our best to get through as many of these games as you see listed. If we're running short in time, then I apologize to obviously the teams at the bottom, but we're going to axe those off the list. I'm generally pretty quick at getting through these live. It is spring training, so we're going to be a bit lax here. Talk to the chat probably between stuff, as you know, maybe not commentating quite as much. But we'll see. Most spring training streams get like maybe 30 video viewers tops. So if there is a particular demand to see a team in the chat, we can veer off course a bit and watch them, but this is the current plan for today. I know we watched Toronto last stream, but I'm streaming, so one of the few times I think I can flex my muscles of being the main streamer right now, so we're going to watch Toronto again. You guys are just going to have to suck it up. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, because there's currently a standard issue cat, a tabby cat, blocking the mic. Because apparently she needs attention at this very second. Cannot wait for any other time. But yeah, it's 1 p.m. We'll get going. First matchup is going to be Bruce City at Puerto Rico, because we have not watched them yet. So we will head straight into this. I mean, you guys can toss up bets that you want. I did give you a list of teams and stuff. I would say, I would say try and keep bets to short windows because I want to try to keep this going constantly. I'll let you guys put up one right now here for a bit, but then the second it's done and then we're reviewing the scores, get the next one up ASAP. So over under errors 1.5. So if we see 2, you'll get the payout for the over. It is the minors, so a defense isn't really much of a thing at times. So we'll see how that goes. Rana's showing a bit of an advantage here. But with most spring training streams and stuff is if there was some late claims and stuff that were brought in during the off-season week 1, then obviously this won't be reflected here. It's more of a majors team thing where, like even my own team, I have an archetype change for my team that hasn't been put in yet, and someone just dropped like 140 TPT update, so that won't be in there. But anyways, I'll bid because I'm not doing this. I'll take the under because I need all my points back because I spent them all during the playoffs. But let's go for a minute or two more. If people are new here and they have any questions, obviously feel free to ask in the chat. I'll try to answer what I can. I'm sure other people will answer as well. I do have chat up on my second window here, so I can see what you guys are saying. Get to start a new season soon and drown the sorrows of a finals loss for my team, hopefully. We can remedy that. Not much you can do when your MVP just stops hitting. So and then Cancun, just way too hot. Hot. Oh, hot. Anyways, we'll get this going. That's almost done anyways. Start it up. So everyone here, how is it going? Are you guys excited for the new season? Any questions? Any comments? What you thinking? Bruce City getting going here early as they got a runner on and already on second, and they're going for third as Leg is literally legging it out and going around the bases, and it's going to pay off as despite them getting an out, they get a run. Streamer goes down swinging. Chungus McRoyd stuff grounds out, and that's going to do it. But some nice base running by the leadoff hitter is going to get the Bruce City up 1-0 here early. That is a grounded out. And that is hit into the outfield and caught. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when you do the face gens over, there's like not a lot of hair options. Like OOTP doesn't have like hair sticking out of the hat kind of ideas. Grounder there and a nice double play. Not often you see those in the minors. I swear every time I stream, it's like pulling teeth to get one to happen, but we saw it. It's live. Mark it. 1-0 here. Rana's trying to tie this up. Wow, big shift there on the infield. And won't matter as they're going to hit it in the outfield, but they will run it down. Griffin Berry stares at a strikeout as Leah Squirrel going good here so far. Lead off here by AI McFish. Wow, aggressive double as it looks like the outfielder misjudged that one. There's your first error. Under sweating, aka me. That is going to be a nice tag up, and they will get a 2-0 lead here as Bruce City using all the tools here to get on the board, sacrificing outs to make plays. There goes Torres as Bruce City running the base path aggressively. And, ooh, they didn't send the runner. I was going to say it was going to pay off again there. Swinging strikeout there. Strikeout there as Squirrel had a bit of a rough start here to spring training so far. 8 Ks to 9 walks, but so far having a good click on this one. Up 3 strikeouts to 0 walks. That's going to be tossed out at first. That's into the outfield there. Runner doesn't even have to go as that is gone as Dazin Guile goes deep on that one. 2-run blast. Doubles the lead here for Brew City. That's hit to third base, and that will be tossed at first. That one is hit into the outfield, but it looks like the right fielder's going to track that one down. But Brew City has done the damage. We'll see if the Rana's bats can answer as they are... I was about to say still looking for their first hit, but there it is right there. We'll see if Stern will run the bases. No, as they're going to pick him off. They won't even give him the opportunity to. Grounder there. Hey, to be fair, I put 250 down. Shortstop catches that one. Pitching change here as the absolute nightmare fuel that is Fozzie Miller is in. Oh no, that's the batter. Sorry, that's my bad. Sox maybe is your pitcher. But we have some changes here, I think, regardless. Some subs happening. Squirrel's still in here. Justice goes down swinging. As Squirrel is now finally into the positives for strikeouts versus walks. That's hitting the outfield. Will drop. Runner's going to run. No, they hold him at second. I thought he was going for third for sure. Ron is cooking here, but are going to come up short as that is a line drive right to the left fielder. So they are going to have to wait for that first run still. Patterson goes down, strikes. Guile sneaks that one into the outfield. Everyone was running for it, but no one could come up with it. There goes the runner. And they're going to be tossed out by a mile. Nice throw there by Thomas. Wesley Quinn, relation to Harley. Sterling Stern pokes that one past the third baseman, and they are on first. We'll see if they can not get picked off this time. They won't, but they are going to turn the double play, so it will not matter. 9 outs here left to work with both teams. Make that 8 here for Brew City. This one is a free out and foul. No! Oh, no. There's your second error. R.I.P. my points. As that one's hit deep in the outfield, but they will run that down. Miller. That's to the shifted second baseman. They'll get the runner at first. Another pitching change here is, wow, what is with these minor teams and the nightmare fuel of face gens as Yogi Budweiser is in. Big Hurt Thomas hits that right at the third baseman. Tex Justice fakes out the pitcher so the runner gets a free pass to second. That one's hit the second baseman. They won't get the run at first, but they get a runner on third. Can the Ranas get a run on the board here? They are going to get 2 runs on the board as that is gone. Griffin Berry, I'll see you later. That's a 2-run blast as now Bruce City sweating a little bit. They will get Steel Stern. Wow, there's 2 Sterns on the team? Is Stern the new Cove? Line out there. This one's going deep. It's going to go into the corner of the center field and over the wall and gone. Grayson Gainey solo blast increases that lead for Bruce City. That one's hit into the outfield and is caught. So Rana's down to 6 outs here, trying to chase up on 3 runs. Nice leadoff double here by Berezowski. Quinn grounds out. Runner moves up to third, though. This one is going to be another out, but they do cash the run, but they are using up their outs here just to get 1 run. And that's going to be it, as there's a free fly ball in the infield. Brew City hoping they can increase that lead a little bit, breathe a little bit easier. There's that leadoff walk there for Patterson. Tossed out at first, but runner moves to second. Another situation where it's an out for a base. And then Payne, oh, there's your third error as he hit that so hard it bounced off the glove of the right fielder, and he gets a double out of it. Probably counts as a single. 2 on, 2 out. This one's hitting the outfield, and they will catch it this time. Last 3 outs here. You got DeJong, Thomas, and Justice up for the Ranas. Swinging strikeout there by DeJong. Thomas, nice little sneaky single. Gets it to bloop into center field. Justice, they'll turn the double play, and that's going to do it. As the Ranas left the offense way too late. Couldn't get it done. And your final is going to be 6-3. Multi-hit game here for Bruce City is coming from Guile as they get 2 RBIs as well. I think they cranked an old HR. And then some multi-hit games here for Stern and Barry. Squirrel gets their second win. 4-hand save. Aria spring training. 4 innings. 4 runs is going to take the loss. Player of the game is Leeth Squirrel. Dill is going to beat the Firehawks here. 4-1 is your final on 12 hits. Salad picks up the first W. Lord the L as Ablasha gets the save. Player of the game, Bernard. Bit of a hitter's duel here as Wheelers and Kingpins go at it. 11-9 is your final as there is home runs all over the place as McNeely puts up 2. Kansas City's going to shut out the Lemurs 3-0 on 7 hits. Thriller and Dynasty, both with home runs. Player of the game was Roll. State College beats the Mingos 4-3, both putting up 10 hits. Wow, a 4-error game. Defense was not the name of the game in that one. McChap person gets the win. Player of the game is Asaro. Punch save button here. Crab's going to shut out the Surge 3-0 is your final on 10 hits. A solo 1 home run coming from Al E. Gator. Player of the game is going to be Torrent. Pathfinders beat the Voyagers 8-3 is your final on 10 hits. Starscream gets their 4th win of spring training, ERA under 1. Player of the game is Kendrick Mills. Boise beats the Sloss 4-3 to pull themselves above 500. Blizzy gets the win. Johnny Quest gets the player of the game in the losing effort. Aviators 9-2 over the Vandals, 13 hits. We won 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs combined between the 2 teams. Khan is your player of the game. Toros beat the Rougarous 5-2 as there's another home run happy game with 4, and they're all coming from Cancun. So a lot of solo blasts there. Stars going to meet the Scorpions 4-0. They score late in the 8th to really solidify the W. Donahue, new acquisition, gets the W. Lunar Base is going to beat the Sea Serpents 9-7 as they take that one late. 3 runs in the top of the 9th. They're going to steal that one away. Combined 27 hits. Alvarez, fresh off a Gold Glove and Silver Slugger, gets player of the game. Detroit Demons 9-0 on the Apex. Human 3-0 with a .28 ERA so far. Player of the game, Apollo. Alright, so we had Bruce City. Then I wanted to do a rematch of the was it conference finals? Yes. Or what? No, it was first round of the playoffs last year. Hopefully give Detroit some redemption after seeing that last live game on stream. Toro's still holding the edge here, but we'll see if Detroit can keep this closer. A better game than what they had for the playoffs last year. Let's give them a better sim send-off. First to Homer. Ooh, no home runs. That's a iffy bet. All right, we're gonna get this going because, like I said, I want to keep the pace going on this. So, all right, ground out there by Jackson to lead us off. Blue Sky goes down swinging, and Jingleheimer Schmidt is going to drop that one into the outfield. Keeping the Turtles alive, but Greenwall, MVP, is going to go down swinging. Staring strikeout there. Well, not a staring strikeout, swinging strikeout there. And then a ground at the shortstop, see if they can make play in time, and they will. So nice solid inning there for Sampson. That is going into the outfield, and that is just over the wall as Tony Sims is going to hit that home run. As a bet does not last long, as there's a solo blast. Cancun is the winners of that bet. R.I.P. Mike Point, just taking L's today. Swinging strikeout there. Burns pops up one to left field, and the outfielder hustles to get that one. McGillicuddy grounds out, and they'll be tossed out at first. Apollo goes down swinging. Dogwood goes down swinging as well, as Tony Gunk hits that one deep into the outfield, but will be caught on the warning track. This one goes into right field. That's going to hit the bottom of the wall, and there goes Azza all the way to second base. Lead-off double. Jackson cannot check, the swing goes down. Blue Sky just swings right through it, and then Schmidt, ground out to shortstop, will be tossed out at first. Ruiz, fresh up from a minor's call-up, it looks like, is able to get a single. Torres, nice little bloop over the first baseman's head. So we got 2 on, no out. Jolly, that's a double play ball, though, and that's going to hurt. They're not done yet. And a single is actually going to tie this up. So Jolly kind of gets out of this a bit scot-free, but still will get a little wrist slap on their way into the dugout. Got a stolen base there by Granholm, but Vida will go down swinging. Wall draws a walk. There he goes for the second base and will make it there with time to spare. Sims, that's in the right field, but they will hustle and get that. Runner does not move up to third. Diamonds puts that into the outfield. That's going to touch down, and there goes the runner as the Toros get the lead back. That's in a right field. Runner's going to go hard for third. Nice throw, but will not be in time. Bases loaded situation here. Page trying to get out of this. He just needs a double play. That one is up against the wall, so that's going to be another run in here. So 3-1 now lead. This one's going to left field, over the left fielder's head. That's going to be 1. They'll see if they send 2. No. So 2 outs here. Cancun getting it done. That one should find the end of the inning, and it will. But damage is done as a 3-run top of the 4th here. That one's in between the first and second baseman. Good leadoff single by Burnside. Apollo draws a walk. Detroit trying to answer back immediately. Nice little single there by Dogwood. They're going to send the runner, and that cuts the lead in half. Gunk Jr. draws a walk now. Bases loaded. Ruiz. That one's a bit shallow. They are going to send the runner, though, and they will touch home plate, so that lead is down to 1, and they still have 2 outs to work with. That's a double play ball, though, and that is going to hurt as they are going to end up 1 short here of a tie game, but they didn't let the lead get away from them. Diving catch by the right fielder is going to steal that one away from Jingleheimer. Wall draws another walk. We'll see if he goes. You know he is. Ain't nothing to stop stolen bases in this league. That one's to third base. They'll get the runner at first, so they just need 1 more to get out of this with the runner on. And that will do it, as they will touch first. So no harm, no foul there. Jolly goes down swinging. Granholm draws a walk. They're known to steal. Not going to do it this time, but it won't have to, as that's going to bounce off the turf and go into the left field wall, and a double is going to cash that in. We have ourselves a tie game. Burnside goes up the middle. We'll see if Detroit can get the lead here. You know they're going to get it here. Diving into home plate. 5-4. Ooh, and then they're going to get picked off at first, leading off a little too far, as that is hit into center field and caught. Who do we got in? Yeah, Frigg Delling is in now as spring trading. 4 to 5 innings is about all you're going to get at your starters. Quick 2 outs there for them, though, as Aza can't hold back the bat. So a quick 1-2-3 inning there for them. Center fielder, don't let that name fool you. Their pitcher is in. Immediately gives up a hit and a walk. So Detroit trying to increase that lead. Ruiz, that's potential for a double play, and they will turn it. So Cancun might get out of this inning after a rough start. So nice recovery here by fielder. Swing strikeout. That is grounded to first, then make the play. Schmidt skies that one, but it doesn't go very far, as the first baseman will catch that. Big windup there by the pitcher. 2 strikeouts now, as Vida, trying to keep this inning going, is going to sky that in center field. They have to take a little bit of a jaunt, but that will be caught. Final 6 outs here for Cancun. Wall right at the third baseman. That one had a wicked curve on it. Sims, as a shortstop, is going to run hard, but does not make the throw. Wild pitch is going to give a free pass to second. Diamonds goes down on strike, so they got to get at least a deep single here by Burns to cash in this runner. But another wild pitch, as Mason Williams having some control issues out there, but finally is able to get the way inside strike to get out of the inning. Pop up there by Burnside. It's going to be caught in center field. Apollo, as that one is gone. That was a really weird and slow curving right hit, but it's going to find its way out of the park here eventually, as that is going to be a solo blast. Gives them a little more breathing room here. Is another pitching change, as Grayson Yates is in and is going to get Tony Gunk to swing and strike out. Last 3 outs here for Cancun, bottom of the order up. Gillicuddy's going to ground out. Aza slaps this one hard in center field, and that's actually gone. A solo blast here, as we have ourselves some interesting last couple at bats here now. 1 run. That one's grounded the pitcher. They're going to get the run at first. So last out here, Blue Sky goes down on strikes. Detroit, sigh of relief. They get a little bit of revenge here in spring training on stream, as they're going to take this one. 6-5 is your final. Just barely out hitting the Toros 9-8. A couple multi-hit games like Burnside and Dogwood on Detroit side. And then Sims and Aza on Cancun. Samson's going to take the loss, 5 innings pitch, as Page picks up their second win. ERA still keeps going up, though, unfortunately, as it is up to 7. And player of the game is Xander Aza. Outer Banks is going to beat San Antonio. 5-1 is your final. Let's just save this real quick. Well, team 7 hits, but obviously Outer Banks making a little bit more out of theirs. No home runs in the Pathfinders game. 5-4 is your final. Duck gets the W. Player of the game is Duck. Crabs beat the Vandals 7-2 on 10 hits. Voyagers, well, there's a game for you. I was wondering when it was going to happen. 20-3 is your final. 23 hits. Cove, 3 for 6, 4 RBIs. Errol Cove, 4 for 7, 3 RBIs. Oh, how could I miss that? Squints Palladores only gets 1 hit, but has 6 RBIs. I don't know how that works. Maybe a grand slam? And then the walk draws in one? There must have been an error or something, or whatever they gave him the RBI for, but as, wow. Ovechkin, RIP, 2.2 innings, lets up 9 runs. As, yeah, I think all of Boise's starting pitchers played. So we'll see how this goes over the next couple sims here for them. Sea Serpents are going to beat the Apex 11-4 as the final on 14 hits. Win goes to Otani. 4-3 is your final, as this one actually goes to extra innings here, as the Space Rangers are going to beat the Scorpions. And last but not least, Rougarous get to 500 in spring training. 5-2 on 14 hits over the Nashville Stars. And in the minors, Hepcats are going to beat the Firehawks 6-3 is your final there. State College over the Kingpins 3-2. Wheelers get to double digits win here as they beat the Lemurs 3-0. Not sure if the Lemurs are just going through a bit of a rebuild or something, but after winning the title, it's always rough when you all of a sudden become like a non-playoff team. But Diller's going to beat the Ronis 10-1 as your final. And last but not least, Bears are going to beat the Florida Flamingos 3-1. So that is going to do it for today. We'll hit save. And then we had the next stream game, which was going to be Vancouver versus Toronto. More than half our roster. Yep, sounds about right then. All right, Toronto versus Vancouver. I don't think anyone in my locker room is really watching anyways, but just let me ping them. All right. Who wins? Straight simple bet. Here, I'll put all my points down. So I can lose them all again. Someone want to take my points? Bet on Vancouver? There you go. Let that go for another 10-15 seconds, then we'll get this going here. As you got this beautiful render pitching, what can I say, against Crash Jackson. Scud looking very happy. All right, we'll get this going. Green on green violence, with one green being clearly better than the other green, and we know which one it is. 2 strikeouts there, and then a bit of a hanger into left field will be a quick inning there for Toronto. Dinamite flies out to center field. Kendrick Mills grounds out the shortstop. They'll be tossed out at first. Zach Johnson Jr. hits that one into the gap, so they're going hard for second. They're going to slide in, keep this inning alive. Pilsudski draws a walk. So 2 on, 2 out here for Brinkley Jr. He's going to draw a walk, so bases loaded situation for Mo Love. And he's actually going to deliver, as that's going to cash in 2 runs, as I thought that one was actually going to be caught. It had all the hang time, but then found the grass eventually. But Jeff Lewis will ground out to end it, but 2-0 lead here for Toronto early. That one's hit pretty hard into center field by Dan King, but will be caught. Swinging strikeout there by IPO3. And then Rotor Wash with a goatee flies out into center field. Bob Catter grounds out. Notice Ixon. Grounds out at third. Can't hustle that one out. And then Dinamite cranks that one. Wow, that was a low and fast one. Thought that one was going to hit the wall, but it didn't, as that one is gone. See you later. Solo blast. Mills can't get that one a touchdown, and that is going to end the inning. Bottom of the lineup coming here is catcher Scudder. Grounds out to third base. Grove stares at that strikeout. And Ferris Bueller Jr. is going to drop this one in center field to keep things alive here. Back to the top of the order here for the Vandals. Swerve Jr. will go down. Or expected. Johnson Jr. draws a walk. Not known to steal, so don't need to watch out for that. Pilsudski right at the center fielder. Harvey Brinke Jr., that's a double play ball, and they will turn it. So just like that. Nice quick inning for them. John Garfield, former Mako Pathfinder, goes down on strikes. Ellywood Hayes flies out in the left field. Dan King Jr. sneaks one past the shortstop into left field, so they'll be on first. 2 out, 1 on. Past the third base, and they'll get the lead runner at second. Maybe see some pitching changes going on here soon, but Mo Love can't hold back the swing. Is going to go down strikes. Jeff Lewis pops someone into left field and is caught. Bob Catter to the third baseman. Nice dive is going to take that one away, and then even better throw to first. Rotor Rosh goes down on strikes. That's a ground. Ooh, but that's get punted by the second baseman. Don't yell at Dina too much. He's normally in center field. Grounder there is going to get the runner out. And then that is going to be right at Zach Johnson Jr. And that's going to end the inning. Ixon grounds out at second baseman. Will be tossed out at first. Dinamite hits someone in the center again. He really wants that super long home run today, but is not going to get it. That one is to the second baseman, but no throw as Mills is able to beat it out. Chugging at first. But Zach Johnson Jr. will go down on strikes. What can I say? Coming back out for, what's this, a 6th inning. Everyone must be gassed because of spring training, so they're playing them longer. 2 outs there. And then a ground to the pitcher, and they'll get him on at first. Here comes in Zion Wins as Pilsudski is going to drop in a single there in a right field. Brinkley Jr. Ooh, that is an unorthodox double play, but nice work there by the Vancouver pitcher. Mo Love draws a walk. Jeff Lewis draws a walk. Catter draws a walk. Notice Ixon grounds out to second base. So Wins gets out of a jam there after almost coming out of the inning and then walking 3 in a row. There's a grounder to shortstop as Mike Ermintrout is in. That one is popped into left field, but will be caught. Rotor Wash goes up the middle to keep this inning going here. Nice little single, but Scudder will go down on strikes. Another pitching swap here as Mudbone is in. Mite flying out of center field. Mills staring at a strikeout. And Zach Johnson Jr. putting that into center field as Kirk Swerve Jr. making his paycheck today. That is a free out as well. The catcher ran a long way for that. Apparently Mills just wanted to get the cardio in. Walk there. There is the lead-off runner. A little bit too far, I think, for the old double play. And then another free out here in foul territory. We are down to the bottom of the 8th here. That is kind of into the gap. I guess it would be, as Pilsudski's going to get a double out of it. Brinkley Jr. That's the shortstop. And they're going to be tossed out at first. Mo Love goes down on strikes. And Jeff Lewis gonna chop that one past the third baseman. Here comes Pilsudski home and will touch down. So 4-0 here for Toronto. Runner was already going, but won't have any effect as that will be popped out. 3 outs here to get through here as J. Doctor Jr. is in. And that one's going to be right at the left fielder. This one going to center field as Love will track that down. Last out here, IPO3 goes down swinging. 4-0 is your final here as the Pathfinders are going to take this one. Only well-to-hit game actually coming from Mr. Pilsudski here. 2 hits, 3 at-bats. More of a pitching duel than anything. Except Welcome will get their 3rd win going 6 innings. In that ERA under 3, 8 strikeouts, and will be your player of the game. Voyagers are going to beat the Sloths. Actually, I always have to remember to save because I get scared. Voyagers are going to beat the Sloths 3-2 is your final as they put 2 runs up in the top of the ninth to steal that one away. Crabs are going to beat the Aviators here 5-1 on just 6 hits, and there was only 1 home run, so they made the most of those. Surge are going to beat the Raptors here 7-4 as Boise, for their sake, hoping they don't feel too much of an effect of that 20-run game, having the pen be too tired for the rest of spring training. Scorpions are going to beat the Rougarous 7-1 is your final there. Player of the game, Ryan Stryker. Stars beat the Demons 3-1. Toros are going to beat the Sea Serpents 3-2 as this goes to extra innings. Ermagerd gets the player of the game in the losing cause. And Lunar Base beats the Apex 7-3. Player of the game is Mac Arena. Looking at the minors, Kingpins are going to beat the Bruce City Bears 3-1 as your final on 7 hits. Some home runs from Blanco and James. State College is going to beat the Wheelers 5-3 here. 3 home runs between the 2 teams. Hugh belong with me, player of the game. Rana is going to beat the Hepcats 2-1 on this one was pretty much a pitching duel, so Rana is able to get it done in just 4 hits. Mingos beat the Dillos 6-2, 15 hits though for the Mingos. And last but not least, Lemurs will double up the Firehawks 2-1 as your final. Player of the game is Crown. I did hit save. What are we at now? Okay, next day, KC versus Florida. Florida holding a slight edge here. Hepcats always seem to know a way to be feisty, though. I'll always take it. Oh, big stretch. No problem, boss. Let's go for another 10-15 and then we'll get this going. That's what we tell ourselves. One of these tickets have to hit. Next thing you know, you're 80 years old and you're still playing the lotto. And then you add up all the money you spent on it every single week. And you go, good God, what am I doing with my life? That's why I don't play the lotto. Or bet at all. I think the only thing I do is when there's like a fundraiser and they're like, hey, can you buy 10 tickets? And there's like a bunch of draws of like locally sourced whatever. I'll do that. But yeah, never bet on sports. Never gamble, lotto, nothing. I work hard for my money. I'm going to keep it. Anyways, we'll get it going here. What was it a drawing of? Is a ground out there by, sorry, not ground. Johnson thought he grounded out, but then he hustled it out and beat it, and now he's turned that into a double. For all the baseball pundits, as people, I always get people that are like, you can't call it a double. It totally is a double. If someone steals first and gets second and they don't get out, it's a double. Just isn't recorded as that. Mingos take a 1-0 lead here early as they are playing some small ball, running those bases. 2 outs now. As there goes the runner again, as they are just stealing everything here on the base paths. And a swinging strikeout, though, will end the inning. Harper pops out. That one is chopped by the third baseman as Steve-O is going to hustle hard for a double here. Standing up. Dynasty grounds out. Can they catch the runner and tie it up? They cannot, as unfortunately, you only can ground it out so many times to move the runner up until you run out of outs. A long fly out into center field there. Southworth pops that one up into left field. That'll be caught. Riston hits that third, and ooh, they're going to punt it as they cannot make the catch. So inning should have been over, but it won't matter as they're going to get out of it as 43 will stare at a strikeout. As grounders shortstop, they're going to be tossed it at first. Mantle. That's the second base. They're out at first. And Thompson goes down on strikes. Katsuga Bakugo having an explosive appearance here so far. That's in a right field as well. This skybox in this, it looks like this is a floating city. Are we playing in Cloud City? Someone call Lando. As that is over the center fielder's head. Double there by Sakudo. Junior, Jimothy Jr. flies out of the pitcher, so no harm, no foul. Mathers slaps that one in right field, so that's going to be a lead-off single. Probably should have done a hit and run there, but no dice as they will get the lead-off runner. That one's going to left field here. It's Harper. Gets on base. We have 2 on, 1 out. This might do it, though. No, as they'll get the runner at second. That one is to right field, and it's caught. Now we're in space. Yes. It's actually kind of terrifying. The blackness. There's no guard railing here on the left either. Imagine if you went to go sit and you'd had like one too many brewskis, you slipped and fell, you would just fall into the abyss. Spring training full of terror as well. That one is hitting left field, so a lead off signal here by Lawrence, not known to steal. This one's going deep. It's going center field, and it is gone. It is out of this world, as it is a home run, 2-run blast. Is just like that. The Hepcats take the lead. This one's hitting to the right field. Whoa, I thought the one was going to drop or be a gapper, but no, he backed up and got a piece of it. This one is in a center field and caught. Mathers draws a walk, keeps us going here in this inning. Slobberknocker is going to drop us in the left field. So we have runners on the corners here. 2 outs. Top of the order. Harper is... Ooh, I thought that one was going to drop as well. But animations be fooling me as that is caught in right field. That is to the shortstop. Easy out there. 43. Into right field will be caught. Johnson. Pops that out. Steve-O. That is past the third baseman. That one looked pretty suspect for being foul from the beginning, but they're going to call that fair. Dynasty can't check the swing, is going to go down. This is going to the center field. We'll see if they send the runner. They do not. So a chance for the Mingos to recover this. That one should be deep enough. There goes the runner. Good throw, but is not going to be in time. 3-2-1 now for the Hepcats. They're going to keep this going here as there goes another hit in right field here. 2-out rally. Thompson. That's going to drop for the center fielder. Here is 4. Mingos just need 1 to get out of this inning here, but there's going to be another hit as that's probably going to cash 2 as here comes the Hepcats. 6-1 now. Pitching change indeed. There will be your final out, finally in center field, but damage is done. 6 runs here in the last 2 innings by the Hepcats. If we say Dillo Dillo, what would be the Hepcats? Would it be like music notes because, you know, the jazz theme, or would it be like rah rah or something? Anyways, double there. That one's into the outfield here as right away the Mingo's trying to claw this back, or should I say... Well, no, Flamingos have claws, right? That one's in the center field. Will be run down. McQueen goes down swinging. So the Mingos will just have to settle for one here as Sheningo Flaps is in. That's going to be past the shortstop, so lead off single here by Harper. Known to steal, so we can watch for that. There they go. And going to be in with time to spare. Steve-O up the middle. Here comes the runner. And they are going to touch home plate. And there goes the lead even further there for the Hepcats. Double play, though, will get them one away from here. And that will end the inning. But big hill to climb here. Flamingos only 9 outs to work with. They got to put up 5 to 6 runs. That's going to make it 8 outs. Riston going to sneak that past the third baseman there onto first. Well, they're chugging hard, and they're going to go to second. Aggressive base running. And it will pay off as they're safe. This is into the outfield here, so there is... No, they don't send the runner. This one's in the outfield. Will be deep enough, but you have to... If we're going to claw back in this, you can't take it out to make a run. 2 little outs to work with. But that is going to end it here as that is a pop fly to the shortstop. Another pitching change as Extremely Confident is in. That is right back to the pitcher, but they cannot make the throw at first as Mantle hustles. Thompson, double play ball here, and they will turn it. Last 6 out here for the Mingos. What do you got? Single there by Sakudo. They can steal. Won't get the chance to, as that'll be a strikeout. Pop fly here into center field is caught. 4 outs left to work with. Make that 3. Hepcats more focused on defense than offense right now, but is still going to get on base as Azo. Beneficiary of an error, going to get on. 2 on, no out now. Harper. This one won't be deep enough to tag up either, I don't think, so everyone stays put. Steve-O, double play ball. They will get 1 at least. Dynasty cannot hold back the bat. Last 3 outs here. Bottom of the lineup up. Southworth, Riston, and 43 against W.D. Jecker. 2 outs left. Make it 1 out left. 43. Right at third baseman. I think the third baseman made every single out that inning. Hepcats, after scoring all 7 of the runs in 3 innings in a row, are going to take the 7-3 as your final with 15 hits. Steve-O has a 3-hit game. Thriller has a 3 RBI game. And Sakudo goes 4 for 4 in a losing cause. Bakugo takes the loss. Garoppolo the win. Player of the game is Ichiban Sakudo. Ranas are going to beat the Firehawks here. 4-1 is your final. Matthews gets the win. Player of the game is Matthews. Kimping's going to beat the Dillos 9-2 on 12 hits. Only 1 home run coming from Toxin. Wheeler's going to beat the Bears 6-0 here on 12 hits. Player of the game is Mrs. Dirk. State College, 12-4 now here in spring training. 3-2, despite getting almost doubled up in hits. They steal this one away from the Lemurs here. And then the other game we saw. Out of the majors, Aviators are going to beat the Pathfinders 5-3 as your finals. They put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take this one away. Jeff Lewis still gets your player of the game. Raptors going to beat the Vandals 5-3. As we have a combined 4 home runs between the 2 teams, despite only 8 runs being on the board. Surge going to beat the Voyagers 6-3. Some home runs from Dion and Mustard. Crabs getting a double-digit wins, 7-1 against the Sloths here. Same amount of hits, but obviously Crabs just making a little bit more out of theirs. Scorpions 8-6 on the Apex. 12-9 is your hits. And then Space Rangers shutting out the Toros, trying to get some revenge there for the playoffs. Both the Toros actually hit them, but yeah, and only 1 home run despite all those runs. So some doubles and small ball there. It looks like Sea Serpents finally getting a W. 4-3 is your final. As James gets the win. Houston Hayes is your player of the game. And the Demons beating the Rougarous 9-2 is your final there, as the Demons crank 3 home runs. All right. Back-to-back games here, eh? So we are doing minors again. We have the Dillos versus the Wheelers. Wheeler's holding a slight edge here so far in spring training for a record and everything else, so we'll see how it goes. I'll play nice this time so that we can have some equal bets. There you go. Not a Dillos fan, more of a Wheelers fan, but I'll take the bet. It's going. I don't know why I keep yawning. It's from talking so much. I don't know. Ziegler takes a walk and then gets a free pass to second. That one is hit into foul territory, so free out there. Smokey Bear stares at a strikeout there by Jeff Salad. And then Ted Giannulas, we'll say, goes down. Bernard pops this one into the outfield as that will be caught by the right fielder. Mills does the same a little more aggressively and then tokes him to the second baseman as they will be tossed up first. Panda up. Gonna crank that one. That's got some carry on it. It is gone. A solo blast as the Wheelers are up 1-0 here. That's gonna end the bet just like that. Oh, no, it scores last, not first. Woo! Not over yet. I stand corrected. Crowd out there. That's the first. 2 out. That's the third, and they're going to make the play first. So quick 3 outs there. Dillos trying to get something going here. And that one just snuck over the fence. That was a deceptive one. But they count it all the same, answering solo home run for solo home run. That is over the second baseman's head, so a little sneaky single there by Slamdolf. Wolfington right at the second baseman. Then double play ball here. They're just going to get the leadoff runner, so we're still alive. Whirlwind, though, to the second baseman, and they're out at first. Winton holds back the swing. They go at first. This one's hit into left field. It's got a bit of carry, but will be caught. Sebastian Otage, as they'll get 1 on that play. And Bear to right field will be caught. Still tied at 1. A walk there by Sandshrew. Kirby Bernard, though, is going to immediately make that go for nothing, as that is a double play. And then a pop at center field will be caught. Double there by Giannulas. Red Panda draws a walk, so we got 2 on, no out here. La Rosa's nice hit into left field. That's going to cash 1. Not 2, but a double pushes everyone up. So chance here for Wheelers to do some damage. Giving free outs behind the plate is not going to help. Swinging strikeout, so they need to get a hit to drive in a run, but nice recovery by Salad as they can just give up 1. Tokes him. That's to the pitcher. They're going to be tossed out at first. Murphy to right field will be caught. Slammed off to the second baseman. They'll be tossed out at first. Ziegler goes down on strikes. Otage That's into the gap, so that's going to be a double. No sliding needed. Bear tries to do the same, but this one has a little too much hang time, so it will be caught. And Newless will go down on strikes. 2-1 here. I was just about to say pitcher's duel, and then there is another solo home run. So 3 home runs now this game. They're not doing a lot of damage as the score is still close, but Woofington goes deep. Robert Gurdon draws a walk. Strikeout there. And Sandstrew will ground out into a double play. So we are tied here. Only 7 combined hits. 2-2. Runners tossed out first. Awards is in. Pop out there. There's 2 outs. Wallace trying to keep this going, and will. Nice little single. Winton, 2 on. Tries to do the same, but the shortstop learned their lesson and hustles to chase that one down. That one is to shortstop, tossed out at first. Mills. That's caught in center field. Toxum to the second baseman. Seems like the Dillos have to rely on some timely hits for this one, as the Wheelers are being a little more regular with it, but just tied game still. Otage puts that one into center field. Still looking for the first home run of spring training. Will not get it there. Bear stares at a strikeout. Pitching change as a Robert Grimes is in. That's going to go into center field. Slammed off. Nice diving catch by the center fielder. That could have been a double. Done some damage. Then a pop out there to right field. Dillos ground out. And they are out. Will we see some free baseball here? Pop out to center field there. Panda does the same, but lower and faster. And then La Rosa to third. Woo! They cannot make the catch at first. So a 2-out error. We'll see if it costs them, as McNeely is now going to drive this. As they're going for a triple, the throw is not in time. And just like that, the Wheelers take the lead. Bet they got thrown out at third. So he should have kept it a double, went for 3, got tossed out, but the run had crossed the plate. So Wheelies take a W and an L on the same play. 2-out hit by Bernard. They won't even need to attempt to steal, as a wild pitch sends them to second. And that one does not get by the first baseman, so Anchorage just needs to hold. Wallace trying to give his team a bit more of a cushion on the scoreboard. Swinging strikeout there. Ziegler goes up the middle. So 2 on, 1 out. Double play ball, and they'll turn it. So you have Toxin Murphy slammed off. Trying to keep this going. Pitching change as Corin Abernathy Jr. is in. Get tossed out at first. 2 outs left. Murphy pops that up into center field. That will be caught. Slammed off. Does the same, and that should do it, as that is caught, as the Wheelers are going to steal this one with a bit of a weird play to end it, but they don't say how. They just ask, did you win? Couple multi-hit games here by La Rosa and Wallace in the winning cause. One for Murphy as well. Sinatara is going to get the loss. Grimes the W. Player of the game is Guy Manuel Loor. Hepcats are going to beat the Kingpins as they put up 2 runs at the top of the 9th to steal that one away. They actually hit them 12-5, so they probably feel better about that one. Feeling they probably deserve that. Glorbenspiel is your player of the game. Mingo is going to beat the Firehawks 2-0. Nice pitching performance by them. Ranas get to double-digit wins as they beat the Lemurs 3-0. Both teams 5 hits. Lemurs just couldn't cash theirs out. And then Bears beat the Swift Steeds 6-1 on 11 hits. Crabs beat the Pathfinders as they put up 6 runs in the last 2 innings there, as the bullpen cannot hold it together there for the Pathfinders. Mo Love with their 6th home run in the losing cause. Voyagers are going to beat the Vandals 5-1. Parco gets the win and your player of the game. Aviators beat the Raptors 5-2, as all the scoring's done pretty much at the beginning of the game, and then it just locked down after that. Sloss beat the Surge 5-4 in extras on 12 hits. Bazooka Joe is your player of the game in the losing cause. Toros beat the Apex 6-3. 12 hits to 10. Only 1 home run coming from Reyes. Serpents winning their 2nd in a row, beating the Rugers 3-1 on 10 hits. Cookies, your winner and player of the game. Death Valley beats the Demons 7-6, as those 5 of those 7 runs come in the 8th. Bullpens in spring training just taking L's here. And Space Rangers will shut out the Stars 3-0 on just 4 hits. Move forward a day. I think we actually have a couple days. No, another streamed game. Good God, my voice. It's okay, though. Boise versus Providence. Call me crazy, but I think the Crabs have a slight advantage. Just so you can do the bet while the game runs, why don't you do like who scores scores first in the 8th or something. I know the one team will be up before the other one, but I mean it won't matter. Or yeah, you can do like who scores in the 8th. First play, hit, walk, hit by pitch, out. Sure. I'll bet so we can keep things nice. I didn't actually check how many people are actually watching the stream right now. $22. People just watching on their cell phones then. Alright, we'll get it going. Hi, Lumo. First at bat here, and outs are going to take it. There's a pop fly there. Vacuum to third base will be tossed out at first. Emeritus. Wow, that was quite the run for the left fielder, but they will only make the play. Jordan Gonzalez makes their return against their former team. We'll see what they got against Ovechkin, as they are going to crank that one into the outfield. We'll see if they steal any bases here. They won't have to, as that will be a walk. I just noticed Gonzalez has no stolen bases this spring training. I wonder if their strategy is even set up. As a bases loaded situation, and Ovechkin is going to walk their third batter here to give the Providence Crabs a 1-0 lead. And then they can't make the play at second. So bases remain loaded, no outs here. Another run scores. Goose That's into the outfield. That might clear the bases. We'll see. Good. Oh my God. Good throw to get the ball in quickly, but not going to matter much as that leaves, wow, another walk here as we might see a blowout game forming. Swinging strikeout there by Alou. That's got to feel rough seeing when your team's rallying and then you're one of the first outs. They will score again, though, as Cool Crab at least gets a run for their effort. Gonzalez fakes out his former team, and that's going to be 6 as both runners move up a base. A walk here by Gonzalez as Ovechkin. Control issues galore. That finally will get them out of the inning. But damage is done. 6-0 here. We'll see if Boise can reply, but a strikeout there. Ground out there. And McGuire, the ever-timeless Stubby McGuire, still alive, will stare at strikeout. That one is to the outfield as Shiesty Jr. keeps us going here, not even skipping a beat. Whiskey Fuse, double play ball, but they'll just get the lead off. Then a strikeout throwout. That's one way to end the inning, as the catcher does the majority of the work there. Swing strikeout there. McTavish swinging strikeout. Wow, so after allowing the first runner on, Daly sits down the side on K's. Goose. That's to second baseman. Slow moving for everyone, but the out is made. That is to the center fielder, but over their head as Cove is going to go to second on a double. Alou will get... No, they won't get tossed. And the runner's going home. Oh, boy. This is a comedy of errors of a game here for Boise, as they just cannot hold on to the ball, as that is 2 errors now and 2 runs that have been caused because of them. That... Ooh, I thought it was going to make it past shortstop, but it does not, as that is caught. Staring strikeout there. Emeritus sneaks that one in between the shortstop and third baseman and get on to first. Cove, line drive set with the right fielder. Then a swinging strikeout there by Allen. Al E. Gator flies out. Shiesty over the first baseman's head into right field. Pitching change here as Shotani is in, and then is able to get the double play. Staring strikeout there by McGuire. And Nakamura over the shortstop's head. We got a runner on. Gonzalez Jr. into center field. That will be picked up. About a single. Swinging strikeout there by McTavish as Boise trying to get on the board here. McMagic goes down on strikes. Daly up to 9 Ks already in 4 innings worth of work. As there's a single up the middle by Benito. That is into the outfield. But, oh wow, over the right fielder's head. Is that going to count as another error? Like, I know spring training people are playing out of position, but this is kangaroo court out here. This is rough. As another pitching change here, as these pitchers are starting to get worked through quickly, and a single there by Alou is going to cash in 2 runs. This one's hit into the outfield as Cool Crab trying to get in on the fun as well. That is to first. They will get the lead runner. 2 out, 2 on. This should end the inning, and it will, but Crabs scoring every other inning. 9-0 right now. Flamingo Star is in, but the shortstop can't get a hold of it, so there's an error from the Crabs side. That one's in the right field, off the wall. So we're going to have... Whoa, there's a run, and the shutout is broken, as aggressive running by Emeritus will actually pay off for Boise as they finally get on the board. Pop fly center field will be caught. McGuire tries to get it to drop, but that has a little too much time in the air. That'll be your final out of the inning. Shiesty Jr., shortstop. Hustled a bit to take that one away. Fuse goes up the middle. They can steal. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. They will not, as Benito stares at a strikeout. Pitching changes. Pud Blidsy's in. Croxout draws a walk. Runners were going hit and run, but it won't matter as that will be a lineout right at the center fielder. Kettle to third. Throw is not in time. There goes the runner. No throw made. That's chopped in front of the catcher. They'll get the out at first, but runner does move up to third. McTavish, pop fly. It's really shallow, and they don't send the runner. Then a wild pitch will finally cash it in as Boise looked like they were going to get all the outs in the inning and get no reward. Would have worked out in the end anyways for McMagic as there is a single. Corner vacuum pops up though, and they'll just have to settle for one. Alou against Blidsy. Nice diving catch by the shortstop. Take that one away. That one is not going to have enough to go for a gapper. And then Gonzalez as Cook is in. Toss out at first. Emeritus. Ooh, that's under the shortstop's glove, so they will get on first. Cove drops that one to center field. 2 on, no out here. Allen. That's a double play ball, but they will, thankfully for Boise's sake, only get the runner a second. There's one. Sacrificing outs to get some runs. There's a hit. That would have been useful in the last at bat. And there's another hit here as there goes the runner. As they are tossed out at home. Boise cannot catch a break this game. They had some momentum going, but it is killed by the arm of the left fielder. Alligator draws a walk against Cook. This one's going into center field, and it will drop. So 2 on, no out here for the Crabs. That one's going to shortstop, and they're going to be able to throw, so base is loaded for Benito. Berger is in. That's deep enough to cash a run, I think, and that's going to be double digits now. It's 10-3 for the Crabs. Crocs out. Gets a hit despite this being their super weak side. Cove. Right in front of the catcher. And they don't score as the catcher will touch home plate and force the out, but a walk by Alou will cash in one there, and then Cool Crab will fly out. So Crabs could have done more damage there, but we'll get 2 regardless. Last 3 outs here. McTavish to shortstop. Toss out at first. That's the shortstop. Toss out at first. And vacuum. That is into the infield, or outfield, sorry. And that's going to be a single. Emeritus. That is also into the outfield. That is a single. A walk. So we have bases loaded situation for Allen. Ground out first. They'll touch up. 11-3 is going to be your final. Both teams 13 hits, but just the Crabs obviously cashing in. Oh, there's a little bit more. 3-hit game for Joe Shiesty Jr. 3 for 4, 1 walk. Did people get like substituted all over the field here? It definitely looks like that. Trying to maximize that positional XP here in spring training. Ovechkin takes a loss here. 3 innings to pitch, 4 earned runs. Daly gets the W. 10 Ks, no walks, 4 hits. Player of the game is James Daly. Pathfinder's going to beat the Sloss 3-1 here is your final. Duck gets the W, remains undefeated in spring training, and is your player of the game. Voyagers squeak by the Aviators 3-2 as they put up the winning run at the bottom of the ninth. Walk this one off. Vandals finally get a W during this stream. 7-5 is your finals. They put up 2 in the top of the 10th. They're able to hold on, take this one in extras. Sea Serpents, another win. 3-2 over the Demons as Otani picks up the W and the player of the game. Blah. Space Rangers, bit of a slugfest here with the Rougarous. 13-8 is your final. Combined 28 hits between teams. That's a minor stat line, not a majors. Stars beat the Apex as Apex. I don't think I've won a game this sim yet, unfortunately. 4-2 is your final. And Scorpions beat the Turos 8-5 on 12 hits. Wheelers pour it on the Hepcats. 9-1 is your final on 19 hits to 6. Player of the game is La Rosa. Ranas beat the Mingos just barely as they actually walk this one off in the bottom of the ninth. 4-3 is your final on 12 hits. Firehawks and Kingpins both get 7 hits and an air, but Firehawks still take the W. 6-5. Lemurs beat the Bruce City Bears 3-1 on 11 hits. And State College beating the Dillos 3-2. Alright, couple quick sims before we do our final streamed game of the day. We're making great time. Oops, what? No, I keep trying to save it. Lemurs get a W here over the Mingos. 5-1 is your final and 8 hits. Player of the game is McCannon. Wheelers keep their winning ways up as they are going to beat the Firehawks 6-3. Panda, Winton, and Phillips all get home runs. State College beating the Hepcats 5-1 on 12 hits. Only one home run, and it's going to be on Kansas City side, their only run of the game. Kingpin's going to beat the Raws 3-2 despite getting out hit. And last but not least, Dillos beat the Bears as they equal records at 7-12, 5-3. Surge beat the Aviators 1-0 as the Surge is going to be combined no-hitter. But Clifton, Roy, and Diendex pitch a no-hitter for the Surge against the Aviators. So it's spring training. So a bit unfortunate that it's during that, but I mean, still is good. Fun to see. Vandals win again as they put 5 in the 6th and are able to squeak out the winning run in the 8th. Here as they beat the Sloths 6-5. Player of the game, though, does go to Lanakai on San Antonio. Pathfinders beat the Raptors 6-2 on 13 hits. Zach Johnson Jr. with 2 home runs. Crabs beat the Voyagers 5-1 on 11 hits. Player of the game is Choi. Toros against the Stars 9-5. It's going to be your final there as they have mirrored records. Sea Serpents win again. 5 runs on the top of the 9th here to break this deadlock as they beat the Scorpions 6-1. Player of the game, though, was Stryker Jr. for Death Valley. Space Rangers beat the Demons 11-3 on 16 hits. Player of the game is a Buoyant. And last but not least, Apex finally get a win as they're going to squeak this one out against the Rougarous. 6-5 is your final. Player of the game is former Pathfinder / Maui player Danny Brennan, doing the world tour right now as an IA. Start with the minors again. Hepcats are going to beat the Bruce City Bears, pull themselves up back up 500 here. 5-3 is your final as despite the lower-ish scoring game, we had 4 home runs combined between the teams. Mingo's win, getting back up to 500 as them and the Kingpins both 10-10 here. 4-3 is your final. State College keeps it rolling here as they win this one in the 11th, beating the Firehawks 7-6. Dillos beat the Lemurs 5-3 as they pull up on them by 1 win. And the Ranas beat the Wheelers 3-1 as your final as Matthews gets your player of the game. I think they just had it last game as well. No, it couldn't have been. He's starting pitcher. I'm just seeing things. Maybe there's multiple Matthews as well. Voyagers beat the Pathfinders 6-2 on 11 hits. Gosman is going to get the W and your player of the game. Sloss beat the Raptors 4-2 as they put up all the winning runs in the 9th. We've seen a lot of this today. 8th and 9th inning winning stretches. Vandals win again 3-1 here as they walk this off in the 10th against the Aviators. Player of the game is K Cove. Crabs beat the Surge 6-4. Again, leaving it till late, but getting it done. Player of the game is Whiskey Fuse. Rougarous 7-6 here as they squeak past the Toros. Both teams 9 hits. Player of the game is Jeff Windsor. Scorpions beat the Stars 4-3. Break Slammer is your player of the game. Demons beat the Apex 7-1 as O'Quarters has a solid outing there. And the Space Rangers shutting out the Sea Serpents 6-0 as the Space Rangers hit 5 home runs. So pretty much solo blasts galore, getting it all done for them. All right. And then our last stream game will be Nashville against NOLA. Let me go bug the people in Nashville if they're interested. It's always crazy when you see players, like I drafted both these guys and now they're just like have gone unfortunately inactive and now are getting tossed around to all the different teams. Sadness. New Orleans though finally making some call-ups, I think, to stop them from being like a 15-win team this season. As Lycan is up. It's one of the GM players, Steel Flex. Pretty sure Tulowitzki is active. So is Randberg, Fakir, and Bang as well. So finally getting some warm bodies on the roster. All right, we'll get this going here. Last stream game. See if the Stars can pull it out or if the Rougarous can show that they've got some teeth now. Mano Bang is going to lead us off with a double against Donahue. That one's to the pitcher, so we'll get one out, but the runner does move up, so opportunity here to get on the board early. Oh, good job to get that pitch that looked pretty wild from not allowing the run. And nice recovery here by the Stars as it seemed like they might give up a run, but get out of there scot-free. Salamanca stares at strikeout. Hammer flies out to right field. Indy's GM, but not GM anymore, Jacques Hammer. Steiner gets a single to keep us going here, but a staring strikeout by Yaboa will end it there. That is going to be caught by the center fielders. That one was the slowest hang ball ever. Just in case. Right at the left fielder. Randberg goes the same way, but is able to get that one to touchdown. So we have a single. Tulowitzki, as they try to pick the runner off at first for leading off too much, but no dice, but they'll get the strikeout anyways. Sillums. Nice little single in front of the right fielder. Jones. Theirs is going to be a little too high, so that will be an out. 43. That'll be caught. Hirahara trying to keep us going, but can't get to the textbook single up the middle to stick. Steel flex, that goes to center field and will be caught. Bang. As, wow, Hammer has some range out there, just making all the plays. As Brennan will sneak this past the first baseman to keep the inning going. That one will be popped up to left field there, and wow, that was the shortstop who pretty much ran halfway the length of the field there just to catch that. Show off. Line drive there. Salamanca goes down on strikes. Hammer will give a free out in foul territory. Fakir goes into the gap. That's off the wall. That's going to be 2. Lead off double here. Good chance to finally break this deadlock. Walk there by Beauchamp Reyes. Case. That's a double play ball. That's exactly what Nashville needed there. But a single up the middle by Randberg will cash in the run. So Nola takes the 1-0 lead here early. Nice shift there as Tulowitzki tried to do the same thing, but gets denied. That's the shortstop. Will be caught on first. Yeboah gets a hold of that one, but doesn't have enough life on it. Sillums. Wow, those are deceptive. I thought that was going to be like a bloop single, but nope. That just had helicopter blades on it and hovered for a little too long. Steel flex lines out. Swinging strikeout by Bang. Brennan goes down on strikes as well. Nashville offense hoping to get going here as Jones will lead them off with a single. 43. That's to first, and they will not turn 2, but they will get 1. Hirahara pops that one up. Will be caught. Sav. There's a walk. So 2 on 2 out here. Top of the lineup, Salamanca. Draws another walk here as Lycan's in a bit of trouble. They just need an out, though. Hammer. Hits out of the outfield. The nice diving catches. That looked like it was going to hop off the grass, but that one's stolen away here as Nola clings to that 1-0 lead. Windsor puts that one almost to the warning track, but will be caught. That one's hit into center field. It's caught. Beauchamp Reyes puts that one in right field, and that'll be caught. Steiner, Yeboah, Sillums up as Nashville running out of outs here to play with to try to get this tied up. Ground out there by Steiner. Yeboah grounds out first. They're going to make the little toss. And Sillums goes down on strikes. Case, as Donahue's still in. See if this probably their last inning here. That was touched up on first. Tulowitzki. Left fielder is going to run that one down. Last 9 outs here for Nashville. Essentially one last rotation through their order. As McForty-3 is in. That is popped out. And oh, the center fielder punts it. Bailey Jones, the benefactor there. And we'll see if that hurts them as 43 now follows it up with a single. Hirahara. They get a hit. We'll see if they send the runner. They do, and we are going to have ourselves a tie game. A routine fly by the center fielder was punted, and it is now going to hurt them as Nola thankfully turns a double play. So they just need 1 out to maintain the tie. But Salamanca's going to say no to that. And just like that, 2-run blast is now Nashville out in front. They looked like they were clawing away just to get something going here. And now they're in the lead. Hammer to center field. Will make the catch this time, but damage is done. Nola now on the clock for outs. Steelflex leads us off with a single. Bang. Gets a piece of that, but not deep enough for anything to happen with it. Brennan goes up the middle. Runner stays on second, so 2 on, 1 out. That's past the shortstop. They send the runner, and they're going to tag in, and this lead is down to 1. Swinging strikeout there. Reyes goes down on strikes. Donahue still in the game, is able to get themselves out of that inning. Nashville hoping to extend that lead here. Steiner will go down on strikes. Yeboah is going to pop up. Sillums past the shortstop. Keeps this inning going. Jones to the first baseman. They'll touch up. So we have Case, Randberg, Tulowitzki, Nola trying to tie it or win it. There's a strikeout. Right back to the pitcher. They're tossed out at first. And then a strikeout. So Hitsu Sunyagi coming in relief, getting it done. Nashville, after looking anemic on the offense all game, takes this one fairly late. Multi-hit games here for Randberg and Brennan, the losing cause. And the only multi-hit game coming from Sillums on Nashville's side. The double ouch going to Mick 43, the lost and blown save. The win going to Donahue, and your player of the game was Phil Donahue. Pathfinder is going to beat the Surge 4-2 as your final. As Starscream 5-0, sub 1 ERA here in spring training so far. Nixon actually hit their 3rd home run. Crabs are going to beat the Vandals 5-4. 15-6 now for the Crabs. Player of the game is Mr. Alligator. Aviators are going to beat the Sloths 7-6 as your finals. They take this one in the top of the 10th. Voyagers beat the Raptors 3-1. Win and player of the game going to Parco. Death Valley beating the Rangers 7-3 on 15 hits. Slammer gets another player of the game. Yep, I sure can. Stars, oh, we watched that one. Sea Serpents beat the Apex 7-2 on 12 hits, despite committing 2 errors. And the Toros beating the Demons 4-3, 8 hits to 7. State College beating the Ranas 8-6. Both teams 10 hits, but Swifties making theirs a little bit more of use. Firehawks beating the Bruce City Bears 9-2, only allowing 3 hits, beating up on the Bears in this one. Hepcats beat the Dillos 2-0 on just 4 hits. Kingpins shutting out the Lemurs 6-0. And last but not least, wow, the Mingos and the Wheelers having a marathon game. This goes 16 innings, and both teams score in the 16th, but the Mingos able to hold on. All right, so it is, the 14th. I need to go to the 17th. So we had a couple more quick sims, and we're done. Hepcats beat the Lemurs 4-2 here. Is your final on 9 hits. Player of the game is Melgar. Dillos beat the Firehawks 6-2 on 14 hits. Dillos really taking the Firehawks in that one. Rana's 5 runs at the top of the 10th. Really wanted to make sure that this one was run in extra innings. 8-3 is your final against the Bruce City Bears. Wheelers beat the Kingpins 2-0, allowing only one hit. Almost a combined no-hitter. Ending up one short. Mingos beat the Swifties 5-2. Get out hit. Doesn't matter. Surge are going to beat the Raptors 4-2 is your final. Both teams putting up pretty much the same amount of hits, but Surge cashing when it mattered. Voyagers pulling themselves back up to 500 here in spring training. 5-0 as they shut out the Sloths on 12 hits. Crabs 5-3 over the OBX Aviators. 10 hits to 8, but Crabs still get it done. Pathfinders beat the Vandals here, putting up 4 runs in the top of the 9th. 6-3 is your final. Player of the game is Sidak. Stars beat the Demons 3-2. Both teams 7 hits, but Stars squeaking out the W. Scorpions beat the Rougarous 8-1 on 10 hits. Rake Slammer, your player of the game again. I saw Slammer had an arc change. Maybe rescind that the way spring training is going. Don't actually do what you're gonna do. Space Rangers beat the Apex 4-3 here. As Apex got 1 win this sim so far, but besides has been a pretty rough go. And marathon game here. Sea Serpents take this one on the Toros. 5 runs in the 14th as both teams put up a run in the 12th. After the Toros pushed for extra innings in the 9th. Player of the game is Otani. We'll see if this one leads to any extra shenanigans in these last couple sims. Whoa, no games today. So the Toros are saved. We have 2 more sets, right? Yep. Okie dokie. Oops. Do the Miners. Mingo is going to beat the Bears here 12-5 as both teams hitting quite a bit, but obviously the Mingos doing the damage. 2 home runs for both teams. Your player of the game is going to be DeVille. Lemurs finally get a W here against the Wheelers as it takes extras to happen, but they do get it done. 5-4 is your final on 11 hits. Player of the game is McCannon. Kingpins, this one was extra innings as well. 18 hits. 7 runs, though. 4 of those coming in the top of the 10th. Firehawks shutting out the Hepcats 3-0. Player of the game is Daniels. And the Dillos putting up 5 in the top of the 10th. Wow, this top of the 10th scoring is something else. 11-6 is your final. Get out hit, but they get the win. Sloths get to double digits here in spring training. 6-4 is your final as they beat the Crabs. Player of the game is Chicken the Chicken. Surge get their 8th win. 5-4 as they walk it off in the 9th. Player of the game is OOTP Wizard. Raptors shut out the Vandals despite getting out hit 5-0. The POTG going to McMagic. And the Pathfinders squeaking by the Aviators. 2-1 is your final. Win going to Accept Your Welcome. Player of the game, Accept Your Welcome. Lunar Base Space Rangers 4-3 over the Toros. As Toros tied it and then unfortunately gave it up late. Stars get to double-digit wins as they beat the Sea Serpents 5-4. Sea Serpents tried to steal this one away like we keep seeing. Wow, out-hit them 14-5, but still lost. That's an ouch. Demons beating up the Rougarous 13-5 in their game. Player of the game, Dogwood. Wow, Jeff Windsor had 3 home runs. Dogwood had 2. So they were having a slugfest between the two of them. Apex going to beat the Scorpions 3-2 is your final. 5 hits to get it done, but they get it done. I showed the minors already, right? Yes, I did. So punch forward. This is our last day. Wheelers are going to end spring training with 16 wins here as they beat the Swifties 9-2 is your final 11 hits. Player of the game is Guy Loor. He's 5-0 with a sub-1 ERA in the minor spring training. Probably praying to the OOTP gods that can keep going for the season. Kingpins are going to hit the Bruce City Bears 2-0 on 10 hits. Player of the game is Pecora. Rana's 15-7 as he put up 12 runs in the last 2 innings against the Hepcats. RIP Hepcats bullpen. Player of the game will be Stern. Wow, teams combined for, 33 hits. Lemurs beat the Firehawks 6-0 on 11 hits. Player of the game is Mata. And the Dillos beat the Mingos 5-0 on 10 hits. Your player of the game being Rodriguez. Pathfinders beat the Crabs 10-1 here. 13 hits. Close out spring training as Love puts out his 8th home run here of spring training. Player of the game is Thrastison. Aviators beat the Raptors 10-0 here, with Webster Rochka getting the player of the game, hitting 2 of their 3 home runs in this game alone. Surge are going to beat the Sloths in extra innings. 3-2 is your final. Player of the game, Forbes Jr. Voyagers finished spring training at 500, squeaking this one out over the Vandals 2-1. Both teams 10 hits, but Voyagers just cashed in when it mattered. Sea Serpents beat the Rougarous 8-1 on 14 hits. Foul with the W. Allard, the player of the game. Death Valley beating the Demons 3-2 here on just 6 hits. The win will go to Petrovic, but the player of the game will go to Quinton and Quarters in the losing cause. Apex beat the Toros 10-6 on 12 hits. Win is going to go to Rosali. Player of the game is Nate Nitro. And the Space Rangers beat the Stars 5-2 on just 6 hits. Win is going to go into Dirt. Player of the game, Hulk Votto. That is going to do it, though, for spring training. I said under 2.5 hours, but we did 7 stream games and did it in 1 hour and 45. It can be done. I mean, I didn't do all box scores. That does take time, but good pacing. Someone wanted to see spring training. No, doesn't work like that. So there is your spring training standings for the majors. Is this how it ends up during the regular season? What do you think? And then we'll go to minors. Someone wanted to see it as well. And there is your standings as well. Minors is probably a bit closer to reality than the majors. Ugh. But, yeah, I got a bit of time. Does someone want to see something specific for themselves? I don't think we can look at team stats, unfortunately. Or no, never mind. We can look at spring training stats on the team pages if people want to have a quick gander. I'm actually going to do this for my own team. If anyone has requests. Swifties? Yeah, we can do that. Hayden Anders Jr. is your leader for home runs in the Swifties. 23 ribbies. Because Lumo's here. He probably doesn't care that much, but we can do it. Here's the Space Rangers. Dillos and Hepcats. Your wish is my command. Here's the Dillos. And then there's your Hepcats. Anyone else want to see teams requests? We'll keep this going for a minute or two more. If someone wants to take screenshots for their own team, or I know Captain was here, obviously. No worries. Doing my 4 streams a season. This is one of them. I get to cover the Minors World Series again, which is always fun. Mostly because as a Majors GM, I have no like direct investment for it, so I can just like equally cheer for both teams. I just hope everyone has a good time and wins. But I think that'll do it then. If everyone's happy, we will get this uploaded. I know there's not a lot of people here, but we can do the usual. Actually, let me just save just in case. Mass paranoia. And let's actually double check. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, okay. So we're good. Go to today's date. And we'll execute. If anyone has any questions for myself, feel free to ask. Get to know me a bit better if you want, or if there's like no one left and I'm talking to myself, then that works too. How did my Spotify Wrapped turn out? Where'd it go? If it went anywhere, I said check it out. Oh, there we go. You have to keep in mind that me and my wife share an account. Oops. Yeah. I have to mute it because I think that unfortunately if I don't, the audio for this will get muted for the video. We don't want that. Yeah, the one is gonna like 100% give me away because it's funny because I've always like trashed the artist, but I think it's like one of our #1 listened to this year, and it's not me at all. Yeah, if that doesn't give away I'm Canadian, I don't know what does. Yep. Yep, know who Silverstein is. Yeah, this is the moment that looks so bad. That is not me. For anyone says anything, that is not me. Yeah, February was when my son was born and when my wife was at her most pregnant, so... Is this where they have, like, the thank you? Yeah, we can skip that. Skipped. There we go. There's my Wrapped for this year. Never in my life. Like, I'm not that kind of person that if her songs come on, I'm, like, being hateful. Like, it is what it is. She definitely has catchy tunes, and it is what it is. It's fine. It's just, like, I have a huge problem that people, like, over-obsess about celebrities. Like, they make the celebrity's life theirs. And, like, her fans are the worst. One of the worst. Like, living vicariously through a billionaire. I can relate to her so much. Can you? Swifties the team? No, never. They've never drafted me. My minors teams are probably, if we go most recent, number 1, Mingos, number 2, Firehawks, and then kind of the Wheelers because I GM them for like 3 weeks until a majors opportunity came up. And in my defense, the majors opportunity, it really would have depended. Like, there are certain teams that if they had GM openings at the time, I probably wouldn't have applied to. It's just that with Maui kind of being a clean slate, per se, it's one of the opportunities that I definitely took. So, fun fact, I actually applied, I think, for the Voyagers co-GM twice. And both times Enoch was like, no. So... He probably doesn't regret it whatsoever. I'll be a Swifties fan as soon as they rebrand from the Swifties to something else. Okie doke. I gotta find that link that I always lose. There it is. Do 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 do. So now I have Billy Talent stuck in my head. So many people, so many problems. And all I wish is for one last problem. That song, by the way, again, if there's anyone left, that one Billy Talent song, the lyrics are like perfect and amazing for modern times, even though it was recorded like a couple of years ago, I think now, but so good. All right, let's check the old index. I think we are good. Yes, we are on the 17th. We're good to go. Index is uploaded. So everyone go check it out if you need to check it out. But besides that, we're good. I think I'll see you folks a couple weeks, maybe week 2. But until then, continue to give all of our streamers the support they need. If anyone is interested in streaming, please sign up. We need streamers, for the love of God. I would do it more, but I have a wee one, so I signed up for what I can. But until then, we'll see you all regular season next week. Have fun, and thanks for joining.